Excellent. So we're going to start on our backs tonight, and just take a block and place it under the back of your head. Just lie down on your back. Hi guys, I'm not sure if you're keeping your video off, but we're starting lying down on our back tonight with our block just underneath our head. So just coming back into a lying down position. Relax the body, let the palms turn up, and then just gently start to turn the head towards the left and then towards the right. So just really a very slow movement side to side. If you feel a sticky point, feel free to stay on it for a breath or two. Just breathing into it. See if the breath can release any sensation that you are finding there in your travels of the back of the head. As we always say, practice with compassion tonight and just look after your body. Do not do anything that doesn't feel good or you know is not going to be good for you. So just do one or two more movements there. And then we're going to remove the block when you're ready and just come into a lying down position on your back, placing the left hand on the heart and the right hand on the belly. Closing down the eyes when it feels comfortable for you to do that. Taking a big inhale in through the nose, all the way up and around the back of your throat and all the way down to your sit bones. Pause when you get there and then exhale, start to breathe the breath out of the body. Feeling the belly deflate as you squeeze that last little bit of breath out. Continue breathing in this way, really following the breath with your internal gaze in and out. And at the same time, just relaxing the whole body into the mat, feeling anything that's connecting with the mat, just breathing it into the body. Relaxing the jaw, the eyes, the forehead, relaxing everything as you journey with the breath in and out of the body. Learning to surrender to the breath, surrender to the practice, taking the struggle out of the practice, taking the struggle out of the movements. One more deep breath there. Let's exhale through the mouth to release. And then slowly blinking open the eyes, pushing through the elbows, bringing yourself back up, bending your knees, so heels underneath the knees, turning the hands out to the sides of the mat. We're going to push through the feet and inhale into a reverse tabletop, giving the glutes a little bit of a squeeze. And then as we exhale, we're going to swing our hips back between our hands, rounding through the back, but trying not to touch the ground. Squeezing the belly into the spine. Inhale, swinging yourself back up softly into your reverse tabletop, keeping your neck soft. Exhale, coming back through. Really feel that engagement of the belly to the spine. Inhale, last one. Unless you're loving it, you can do a whole lot more. Exhale, swinging your arms back, your hips back between your arms, gently lowering yourself down into a seated position. So legs are long, hip distance apart. Let's inhale the arms up towards the ceiling, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, belly to spine, and then bringing the arms into cactus. Make sure the elbows and the shoulders are in the same line. And then we're going to inhale the forearms together, rounding through the back. Exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, lifting those elbows up. Inhale, rounding in, making sure the elbows are nice and high, in line with the shoulders. Exhale, opening through the chest. One more. Inhale, rounding. Forearms come together. This is really nice if you've been sitting all day. Exhale, opening up, squeezing, that's nice. And then slowly releasing the arms towards the mat. Any way you like, rolling over the knees, coming into your tabletop position. So taking a moment to set up, knees are hip distance apart, hands spread wide under the shoulders. Keeping your gaze forward tonight and inhale to squeeze the belly to the spine. Let's stretch forward with the right hand and extend through the left leg. Trying to take the arch out of the lower back by drawing the belly to the spine. And then keep the gaze forward, but keep the neck relaxed, elbow to knee. Extend. Two more, elbow to knee, keeping the gaze forward, extending your arm and leg. Nice flat back, very nice. One more, elbow to knee, gazing forward, extending the leg behind you, the arm in front of you, replacing the right arm, and just bring that left leg across your bent right leg onto the ball of your left foot. Push into the left foot so that hopefully you can feel a nice stretch down the left side of the body. Take a breath here. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring that left leg to the outside of the left hand, coming into our low lunge. So bending through the left knee, lunging through the right side, belly to spine, reaching the arms up, shoulders away from the ears. Taking a breath here, and then opening to the right side. Left hand forward, right arm back, coming into your side twist. Maybe your right hand finds your heel, the back of your thigh, lifting the left arm up and overhead. That's too deep. Choose another variation. You can definitely stay like that. We'll all come back to center, and then left hand inside the left foot, right arm up. Feeling the left side of the body tonight. And then from there, we're going to thread the needle, right hand under the left leg, looking forward, belly to spine. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, threading the needle. One more. Opening up. Relaxing the neck without dropping it. And then right hand down, left hand to the outside of the left foot, coming back into your half splits. So looking forward, shoulders away from the ears, belly into the spine. Taking a breath here. Letting something go, surrendering into the shape. Inhale, bending the left foot forward. Bring your hands in between your legs and step your right foot forward, and we'll come into a yogic squat. So growing tall out of your hips, using your triceps to push the knees apart, pushing the knees into the tricep, hands to chest. Just taking a little squeeze around the body, how one side feels compared to the other. And then from here, you can definitely stay in a yogic squat, especially if you've got a headache tonight, or you can come up into a forward fold. So coming into your forward fold or staying in your yogic squat. In your forward fold, dropping the head, maybe swaying slightly from side to side. And then inhale to halfway lift, back to your yogic squat. We'll do 2 more like that. Hands down, lifting the hips up. Breathing in, exhaling down. 1 more. Hips up, forward fold, and coming back to your yogic squat. Placing your hands on the floor, we're going to walk the left foot back into a low lunge. So we started on the opposite side today. So right foot forward now, coming into that low lunge. If the hips are fine and it feels good to lunge a little bit deeper, of course, do that, but otherwise staying back a little bit. Coming into that warrior 1. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. 1 more breath here. And then opening right arm forward, left arm back, making sure the neck's soft. Stretching those arms away from you. Staying there or reversing the shape. Your fingertips might find your calf, the back of your leg, your heel, your sacrum. And then coming back through your T shape, right hand inside the right foot, left arm up. Maybe gazing at your left hand or just gazing forward, making sure the neck's comfortable. From there, we're going to thread the needle. So left arm under the right thigh. If you're trying to grab something from the other side of the room, inhale, opening up. 2 more like that. Exhale, threading the needle. Last one. Threading the needle. And bringing your left hand down, coming into your half splits, half Hanuman. Gazing forward. You can have a big bend in the right knee. Your toes can be up or down. So just explore what feels best for your body. Not what you want your body to do, but what feels best. Taking 1 more deep breath here. Exhale to release. We're going to come forward, bending through the front foot, and just sweep that right leg across your bent back leg onto the ball of your foot, pushing through the right foot. Hopefully feeling a stretch all the way down through the right side of the body, maybe even into your calf. And then coming back to all fours. However you like, we're going to bring ourselves up to a standing position at the front of the mat, sweeping the arms up. Fingertips touch overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Taking a breath here. Exhaling, letting it go. Take a big step back with your right foot into warrior two. Reaching the arms forward. Sorry, reaching the arms away from each other, bending into the left knee. Right back of the foot is planted into the ground, the outside blade of the foot. Flipping the left hand, reversing your warrior two. Inhale, coming up, straightening the front leg for a second, then bending the left knee, turning forward. We're either going to come into arrowhead, where our arms are reaching back behind us. That's a great option. Or binding the hands, coming into your humble warrior. Leaning forward over the front thigh. We won't go all the way down tonight. Making sure you're not jamming the neck, softening the neck, softening the gaze in your humble warrior. And then inhale, coming back up. And we're going to make our way into triangle. So through warrior two, straightening the front leg. Let's reverse the triangle. Top arm reaches up and over. And then back through triangle, leaning over your left leg. Reaching as far as you can. And then left hand to shin, right arm up. Squeeze the left glutes into the right thigh. Feel what that does to the lower back. Neck is soft. Gaze is soft. Taking one more breath here. And then inhale, bending through the front leg, coming up. Hands to hips, straightening both feet, turning the toes towards the front of the mat, the long side of the mat. And then we're just going to turn the right toes to the back of the mat. And we're going to step up, knee to chest, left knee to chest. Bringing the left hand to the outside of your left ankle or the inside, depending on your body. Right arm lifts up. Reaching the left leg away from you into your dancer's pose. So think about the body parallel to the floor. And then think about lifting the back leg, reaching with the front arm into your dancer's pose. From there, we're going to bring the left leg forward again. Squeeze it to our chest. Reach down for the outside blade of the left foot. And maybe you're going to start to straighten it. You don't need to straighten it all the way, but just feel the bind between your foot and your hand. Drop your shoulder away from you. Maybe you're going to extend the left arm back. The softer your gaze is, the easier your balance will be. Maybe you want to gaze towards your back fingers. There's no must do, all just options. And then gently releasing the feet, coming into your chair pose. If you're not doing chair pose, that's fine. We're meeting in the Navasana. So we're slowly, slowly, slowly lowering our hips towards the ground and sitting down. You need to use your hands, of course. So holding onto the back of your thighs, you can keep your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs. Maybe you're letting go of the hands, maybe not. You be true to your own body. Slowly lowering yourself down to a half boat where only your lower back's on the floor. Shoulders and legs float off the floor, belly to spine. And then we're going to just roll ourselves over onto our bellies and into our Sphinx pose. How fun is that? Elbows under the shoulders, in Sphinx, heart is opening towards the front of the room. Just take a breath or two here. Legs are straight behind you. They can be slightly apart. Feel the pelvis contacting the mat. Feel the hands on the earth. And then soften through the heart. Taking one more breath here. Letting it go through the mouth. And then very gently coming back onto your hands and knees and bringing yourself back up to a standing position. Samatiti or Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a breath here, just letting everything settle. And then we're going to come into warrior two on the other side. So right foot forward, left foot back, warrior two. So finding the shape, bending into the front knee, stretching out through the back knee. Your torso's in the center of both those legs, reaching the arms away from each other and energetically pulling the feet towards each other. Feeling everything switching on. Left hand down, right arm reverses. Stretching through that side body, maybe bending a little bit more into the front knee. Just make sure the knee's not folding in, it's opening out. Reverse warrior two. And then we're going to turn our torso to the front of the mat, onto the ball of the back foot, and just decide if we're doing arrowhead, which is perfectly fine, reaching the arms behind you, or if you want to bind and come into your humble warrior. If you're in your humble warrior, definitely drop the back heel to the mat, squeezing the shoulders together. Taking a breath here, letting it go. And then wherever you are, finding your way back through warrior two and into a reverse triangle, straightening through the front leg, reversing that triangle shape, never locking out the knee. And then reaching both arms away from each other. Left hip goes back, reaching over the front leg for your triangle shape. Right hand to shin, to thigh, left arm reaching up, squeezing the right glutes underneath towards the left leg in your triangle pose. Taking a breath here, letting it go. And then inhale, slowly coming up. Turning your right foot in towards the center. Turning your left foot to the back of the mat. We're going to step forward, bringing our right knee up towards our chest. Hands can be on your hips. And then we're making our way into dancer's pose. So right hand on the outside of the right ankle. Left arm lifts up, gaze is soft, and then start your movement into your dancer's pose, leaning forward with the heart open, reaching the back leg away from you. softening through the back shoulder. Remembering that your dancer's pose is like the shape of a wine glass. And then slowly bringing your right knee forward towards your chest. You can definitely give it a little bit of a squeeze. And then left hand to the outside of the right. Left hand to the outside of the right foot. Lengthening through that foot. You do not have to straighten it all the way. Relax the left shoulder. If you need to hold onto a wall or a bit of furniture, of course, go for it. Maybe your right arm reaches out behind you. Maybe you turn your gaze very gently towards that. One more breath. And then gently releasing when you're ready into your chair pose. So feet hip distance apart. If you're not doing chair, definitely don't. We know where we're going. We're meeting in Navasana. So just making your way gently into your Navasana. Definitely using your hands if you need to. Squeezing the belly into the spine. Any variation. Hands behind the thighs or reaching forward. Slowly starting to lower yourself down to low boat. Look at your belly. Draw it into the spine. And then from there, we're going to roll ourselves to the right, coming into our Sphinx pose. So just settling into this pose, maybe giving the hips a little bit of a shake side to side. And then tops of the feet to the mat, pelvis to the mat, elbows into the mat. Opening through the heart without crunching the neck. And just taking a few breaths here. Gaze is soft. If you feel like you have a lot of space in this pose, you can definitely come up into seal, which is straightening the arms. But if you do that and you think, oh, my body does not like that at all, stay in Sphinx. They're both doing the same thing. And then exhale, slowly lowering yourself down. Bringing one hand on top of the other. Forehead towards your hands. Resting there. Taking a couple of breaths, maybe bending the legs up behind you. Just giving them a little bit of a windscreen. Side to side. And then letting your feet float down the mat. You can keep your forehead where it is. You can roll onto your back if you prefer to do Shavasana on your back. And then taking a deep breath in. Exhaling, releasing the practice. Surrendering anything that's not serving you. Attitudes, patterns of behavior, outdated beliefs. Just breathing them out. Taking an inhale to replenish the breath. Made space for new opportunities, a new beginning. And as you exhale, letting the breath slowly leave your body, coming into a few moments of Shavasana. Resting the body, resting the mind. letting the practice marinate there. Softening jaw, neck, eyelids, ears, shoulders, chest, glutes, thighs, tops of the feet. Take your gaze to your mind, wherever that sits in your body, and soften there. Gaze into it as if it's a pool of water, a big pond, still, reflecting everything around it. Occasionally, something ripples the water surface, and the ripple gets bigger and bigger until it slowly disappears and returns back to stillness. On the next inhale, slowly starting to deepen the breath. Maybe if you're on your stomach, just swaying the hips side to side. Otherwise, bringing some movement to your fingers and your toes if you're on your back. If you're on your belly and it feels good for you, hands under the shoulders. Pulling yourself back onto your calves, into a child's pose or a seated position, a Japanese seat. So you've either got your forehead to the earth or you're sitting up straight on your calves if that feels good in a Japanese seat. And then slowly starting to walk yourself up if you're in child's pose. And we'll all meet in the Japanese seat. Palms facing up, just resting the back of the hands on the thighs in a symbol of receiving, welcoming. And then if your eyes are closed, slowly blinking them open. Let's sweep our arms up towards the ceiling. Fingertips lightly touch. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Not straining, just a little bit of movement. Inhaling, arms back to center. Twisting to the other side. And then coming back to center, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhaling the hands back to heart center. Bowing forward. Together we say Namaste. Well done, everyone. I'm just going to turn off the recording.